Okay, the last video stopped rather abruptly. Just getting the hang of the screen recording softwares. But I believe the last thing I did was to look into the index.html file. So let's do that again. Okay, if I just use the up arrow. Okay, so we had looked into this file and I had just added in some sample text. So let's exit out of here again. Just quit. Then we wanted to confirm our IP address so that we could test that our web server is indeed working. So we can use this. This is the dynamically assigned IP, or we can use static IP, which I believe was .50, this one. So we can use either of those two. Let's try the dynamically assigned one. Copy, go to my browser, paste, and go. So we can see the sample text that I entered. This is my sample website test page. So we know that our web server is up and running. All right, so far so good. Let's clear the screen again. Now we want to go and download the templates from our free template website. So like we said, we are going to use the vertex. So let's click on that template and see. So this is the vertex template. Ideally what we should do is just click on the download. That will download it to our system, but remember we want to download it into a virtual machine, so we need to get the download URL. So the trick that I learned to do that is to use your F12. I understand this is what developers use when they are troubleshooting and running their code. So when this will open up this little screen on the side. So when you hit the download button, you will see, let me stop the download there. You will see a vertex.zip file. So if you click on that, that will give you the URL for that zip file. Pardon me. Let's copy that URL. Come on. So if you copy that URL, that's what we will use with our wget command to download the vertex package. So copy. Let's go back to git bash. Now I want to download that in the temp folder, so I'm going to change to temp folder here, and then wget, and then paste. So downloading our vertex website template into a temp folder. So download complete. Use the ls command. So this is the zip folder, and this is where we will make use of the unzip utility that we downloaded. So unzip 2124. I'm going to hit tab to complete it, and that should unzip the vertex folder, and hit enter. And those are the contents of the vertex folder. So let's clear screen again. List again. So now we have the 2124 vertex file. So let's change into that file, cd 212, tab again. And if we list again, we can see the contents of that file. So what we want to do now is we want to copy the contents of this folder into our var.html. So copy. Since it's the entire folder and it has some content, we are going to use the -r, but that's copy recursively. So copy everything in the folder. The asterisk, that is to copy all, and we are going to copy into var . HTML. So that is our default. That's the configuration folder for all our web server content. So I'm going to copy all that content into there. It's going to ask if you want to overwrite. So remember, we have the sample page index.html page already in there. So it's asking if you want to overwrite all that content with this file content. So I'm going to say yes. Now, if we change cd into var .html and we list, we can see that we've copied over that content from our temp folder into the var.html folder. So ideally, what this means is that we now have our website loaded into the var.html folder, and if we go to our website and test that now, we should have our website up and running. But one thing I almost forgot now, we've altered our web server file, so ideally we should restart. So let's say systemctl restart httpd. So just to make sure that web server is updated with all the current content, let's quickly do a systemctl status to check that everything is fine. So our web server is still running, so looks like we are good to go. Now let's do our check. Remember, this is our IP address, this was our sample page, but now we have uploaded the downloaded vertex template. So if we refresh, we should have our vertex template hosted on our web server. So let's do that, and we did it. So thank you everyone for coming along on my little project here. Please feel free to comment, critique, add in any helpful learning points. It would be very much appreciated. Thank you everyone.